Tell me who Adam Newman is and what your business is all about.
I'm Adam Newman. I'm the MD of Newman Reidy. We've been going for 25 years. We started over at Paulsbury on the A5 after I left Camden Motors. Then in 2008, we purchased the property in Earls Barton, which was Mitsubishi for a few years and is now Subaru. And here we are in our quarter of a century still going.
Yeah, which is good. 25 years, eh?
25 years this year, yeah.
That's
Brad.
that's a long marriage.
Yeah, several marriages these days.
Yeah, exactly. Adam, what makes your business stand out, and why do you think you've managed to be successful for that length of time?
Well, the reason I set up on my own with my original partner, John Reidy, was because we didn't really like the way the big corporates were, I don't know, dealing with customers. They were just a number. It was all about profit. Profit is important, but we wanted customers to be treated as we would like to be treated ourselves as people. So we set up our own business, and we've always gone about trying to look after people and do the best we can. And
Yeah.
that counts for a lot in this day. Lots of anonymous business out there. I'm always in the business. People can talk to me. My door's always open, and I guess I'm a bit of a figurehead. People know me, and I expect my business to reflect feelings towards people, which is I like people and I want to look after them. So my business likes people and wants to look after them.
And is that point or your highest value as to why you think you stand out in your industry?
I think people trust the business to look after them. If you read our review, we get very good reviews. Look at whatever problem arises, and problems do arise in the motor trade. Unfortunately, it's part and parcel with cars. They do go wrong and things happen, and it's important in how you deal with the problems when they occur. And sometimes you can get a better outcome from dealing with a problem than not even having a problem in the first place.
Yeah.
It obviously cements in people's mind that we are trying to do the right thing.
It's a difficult trade for that, isn't it? Because a lot of people, particularly with workshops, I think the Joe public are concerned about it being an open checkbook, aren't they?
Well, the customers are getting more vociferous as the years go on. Obviously, there's lots of programs out there extolling consumers' rights, and their rights become more powerful every year. And there's a certain faction out there that maybe go a little bit too far because they believe everything is on their side, and sometimes reasonableness can go out the window, but you have to deal with those situations as and when they arise. I think we supplied just under 13,000 vehicles in the 25 years, so we've got a lot of customers out there, and I would say that 99.9% of them have all been absolutely lovely.
Yeah.
Well, it's how you treat people. I mean, we treat people how we would expect to be treated ourselves. You don't become someone different because you're in a business environment. Common sense and courtesy and good manners should exist in all walks of life, including business, regardless of what it is.
What's your role in the company, and what's your typical day look like these days?
I'm the MD, so I worry about all the money and paying people on the right time and the suppliers and making sure we sell enough cars to be profitable and stay in business. I go out and buy most of the used vehicles that come in part exchange. Obviously, I deal with the manufacturers, Subaru, previously Mitsubishi, and get involved with customers as they walk through the door because I'm in the showroom and the door's always open. So it's non-stop, 8:30 till 6 o'clock. I don't sell as many cars as I used to. I mean, come in and see me, I'll look after them. I leave the normal selling to the guys. That's their job. Looking after two sites, I haven't got the time to be personally selling 15, 20 cars a month because it's time consuming as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Check what we've done over the weekend, submit figures to Subaru, check the parts are all in place for the customers that are coming in for service, and just making sure we're ready for the week that lies ahead.
And
So
is
it's a
that
bit of looking backwards and a bit of looking forwards.
is that typical in your industry, would you say, or just unique to your business?
Well, I think you need a degree of planning to make sure that things happen. If you don't plan, then it can all be a bit haywire. So we order all the parts for any cars that are coming in at least 1 or 2 days beforehand, and we order parts thinking what might be needed when the vehicle's in for service. So if it's a high mileage vehicle, we'll order the odd bits and pieces that the vehicle might need if it's warm, and we can send them back if he gets a clean bill of health when it goes to the workshop.
Yeah.
The mechanic can get on and fix it once we've spoken to the customer and told them what the vehicle needs. We haven't got to then order a load of parts and wait half an hour to an hour for the factors to turn up.
Yeah.
It's that we, after 25 years in business, we know what most cars require at what time, because that's what we do.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the benefit of experience, isn't it?
Yeah.
Can you remember your first client and what the job was?
I can remember standing outside in the snow, January the 27th, in my, strange enough, Subaru coat that I'd had from Camden.
Yeah.
I had 7 used cars on the forecourt. It was snowing, and I was wearing my suit and tie, and I had a flexi blade wiping the snow off my 7 cars, wondering what on earth had I done. But, it turned out all right.
So how old were you then?
I'm going to be 64 this year, so 40.
What was the worst or most challenging job you've had? Can you remember the most challenging one?
Probably cleaning the toilet at the garage. When we took it over, it had been run by some horrible mechanics and MOT boys, and it looked like a scene out of Train Spotting.
Oh, God. Yeah.
And a plunger.
Oh, God.
When you're starting out, you have to do everything.
Yeah, you do.
And to be fair, I wouldn't expect anyone to do anything that I wouldn't do myself. So
Yeah.
you lead from the front.
That's it. Within the industry, I mean, obviously, you've seen a lot of changes over the 25 years. Are there more recently, have you seen any major shifts at the moment in the industry?
Yes, obviously, it's becoming far more by the likes of the FCA. They got involved and about treating customers fairly. Before that, you had the Office of Fair Trading, now Trading Standards. They've always been in the background, and you have to do things a certain way to make sure that customers are protected. But I think the biggest shake-up in recent years is the FCA being formed and then deciding that you had to offer finance at one set rate, and this is all coming out of the woodwork now. There's a ruling just been passed only on Friday that says that they're going to allow customers to seek compensation for this discretionary commissions that weren't necessarily disclosed to people who bought cars in the past. When you buy a house and you have a mortgage, even 20 years ago, they would tell you how much money they would make on providing your mortgage in the car. They never used to do that until the FCA got involved, and then we had to declare it. And there's a grey area between when the FCA got involved and when it became law to declare how much commission you made. And now they're looking at this sort of 6-7 year window where someone may have had their finance at 12%, when in fact the dealership could have the finance from the finance house at 10%, and they earned 2% commission spread over the period of the time. This wasn't declared, and this is what they're looking to try and get back for customers who they think they've been unfairly sold.
Which kind of fits in with your ethos anyway, doesn't it?
And it was. We used to declare what we made, and there's a printout and it shows you exactly how much money is made on sourcing the finance. So I don't want to belittle the FCA. They are really pushing down on everything to the point where nobody's going to make any money out of anything, which is the reason for being in business. You've got to have profit, in
you have.
order to survive. 14 people working for me, and if I didn't make any profit, those 14 people wouldn't have a job and they wouldn't be able to feed their families. So we
Yes.
continue to be able to sell cars to people. And it's almost like profit has become a dirty word. And
Mm.
I think maybe it comes from a position of naivety. We're not talking about Shell making billions of pounds a year. We're talking about an industry that, if you're doing well, you're maybe making 1.5% on your sales.
Yeah.
The profits are absolutely razor thin in the country.
Yeah.
And it doesn't take much for it to go horribly wrong, and you move into a loss-making situation very quickly.
How's this new introduction of legislation impacting your business now? And what have you found frustrating? Because ultimately we're talking about your business needs to sort of continue to grow. It's important you survive and do well.
We used to sell a whole number of products on the finance side. And you have what's called regulated products, which are insurance-backed products. So the likes of gap and warranties could be insurance-backed. You have your finance, which was just the finance companies. Then you have paint protection, super gold, and diamond bright, and all these sort of add-on things that dealerships could sell. And if the customer wants it, they buy them, and if they're happy with the price, they buy them. If they're not, they don't. We decided to stop offering regulated products because the FCA said you had to jump through a load more hoops to be able to sell regulated products. So we stopped selling gap, we stopped selling insurance-backed warranties. We offer AC approved warranty, which is not insurance-backed, so we can still offer extended warranty on our vehicles.
Yeah.
Self-finance. So we're now an unregulated dealer under the FCA. So it's taken away a profit opportunity, albeit we didn't sell a lot of those products anyway.
Yeah.
But when I used to work for main dealers back in the days, W. Gross and Camden and Lex, I was actually employed as a business manager, and it was my job to increase the F&I profit on the sale of a car that the salesman had sold previously. The customer then brought into me, and I would go through my sales process, offering them finance, extended warranties, paint protection, gap, and all the protection that you could require for a vehicle, and they would choose what they wanted and what they didn't want. But it was that the F&I department could make as much money as the car sales department on its own. And these opportunities have been slowly reduced to the point where it's almost not worth it. And my fear is the FCA get their way, the customer is going to find it very difficult to buy a car in a few years' time, because they might not even get offered finance because the dealerships might not.
To be FCA unregulated.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. There's a lot of paperwork to do, and I've got to be a person of good standing, as are all my salesmen. So there's still a lot to do. And they could become their own worst enemies. There's no products available for a customer, and people will miss out. You know, there's this gap product that you can still sell. I can't because I'm not regulated, or insurance pays whatever the vehicle's worth the day it's written off. The gap policy topped it back up to the price you paid for maybe 3 years ago. So it's a very good policy and not very expensive, because obviously the odds are in the insurance company's favour, as they always are, and they work out their premiums accordingly. But if that sort of policy is no longer available, if you buy a £30,000 car and you write it off in 3 years' time, you might only get £6,000 from the insurance company. Whereas if you had a gap policy, you get your £30,000. You have to read it very carefully and make sure you stick within the guidelines.
With that being your challenge, how does your next 6 to 12 months growth plan look? How are you going to grow your business still with these challenges?
Well, we carry on being nice to people and carry on selecting the best product that I can source, and talk to all our old customers and make sure they come back to us rather than go to anybody else. We have very high repeat purchases because I like to think our customers trust us and think of us as friends. We do offer a free MOT for life on used cars over here at Barton, which encourage people to come back and re-engage with the dealership. When we first opened, I noticed that we were talking to customers a year, 2 years, or 3 years down the line to say, would you like to change your car?
Yeah.
So I thought, I'll pay for an MOT every year, which obviously
Yeah.
costs money.
Yeah.
£55 a time now, but it means the customer comes back and sees us all again, almost. So they re-engage, and we don't stand at the door and sit them down and say, are you going to change your car? It's a case of making sure they keep coming and seeing us and have a cup of coffee, and when they do want to buy a car, hopefully we're at the top of their mind.
Yeah, that's nice. I mean, that's lovely because it's in a relaxed manner, isn't it?
Yeah.
In the repeat business. If you've got to solve one major challenge today, what would that be?
I think probably the economic uncertainty that is out there at the moment, because the current government is certainly not making it easy for anyone in business. I don't think they quite understand what they're doing, and they just tell everyone a load of bad news, and then they're surprised when the economy shrinks.
And bring it a bit closer to home, that same question, if you would, Adam, in your own experience, in your own business, because obviously that feedback is good because it's very likely to be typical to the industry.
Yeah, if you're worried about what's going on in the world and what's happening financially, then a car is typically second biggest item that anyone would buy. I feel the thought processes go from, I need a new car this year, to, I'm not quite sure what's going on with my job or what's going on with the country, and inflation's raging and this, that, and the other. So I think I'll probably wait until next year because the car's still going all right. It flips the mindset, and it can prolong the change process, and everything stagnates.
Yeah. So do you actually monitor the frequency in which your customers change their car with you? Have you seen that?
I mean, I do run reports every few months to see how we're doing. I do monthly management reports, and I see how many cars we sold. And I can see a trend going back to 2008 when we opened here, and 2000 when we opened the other place. And I can see the good years, and we were having a lovely time up to 2007. And then we had the financial crisis in 2008, which is when I opened one of those bars and went grey overnight, but we managed to survive that. Then we had the pandemic, and we are probably just getting past where we were pre-pandemic. So it's taken a while to come back. There's been peaks and troughs throughout the years.
Yeah.
Reasons.
And do you think that's typical for the industry?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yes, they made us shut, and then we managed to open again as an essential service with our service department. Literally, there was myself and my service manager. He was prepping the cars and I was selling them, but we had to do all remote selling and delivery. That was a quite interesting couple of months. Also, whole world was falling apart. I enjoyed the fact that it was just me selling cars.
Yeah.
It was a very simple time. It helped me re-engage with the business of it.
So how many salesmen have you got now on the floor?
3.
3 salesmen. And do they all work full time or part?
Yeah, we used to be open
and stuff.
Yeah, we used to be open 7 days a week, but after COVID, we decided to shut on Sundays.
Yeah.
And everyone works a 5-day week now, so they have a day off in the week and work every Saturday, and then Sunday, which also gives me a day off.
Everyone needs a day off. A lot of use on Facebook. Your priorities are all about your customers and them getting to know you and looking after them. How have you found looking after customers and finding them and keeping your reputation and all your inquiry handling coming from all these different avenues on the web, like Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube? There's so much out there. How do you manage all of that? And what's your view on that and how it's impacted your business?
It is difficult because I've got 3 Facebook pages for the business, which people can look at and comment on. And I post content every now and then. I'm not an avid Facebook poster, but I ought to do more because it is very cost effective. And then you get messages from your business suite pages as well. That seems to come in a day or two later. Then I suddenly see a red icon on the phone. It is difficult. Obviously, we have our telephones, we have our web page, we have emails. So we're getting bombarded by questions and inquiries from 5 or 6 different directions. So it's a full-time job keeping up with response.
And do you see much back and forth with customers before they actually want to book and come and view a car? Has that time period kind of always been about the same, or are you finding it's getting longer to fulfill their interest before they come and visit and see the car?
I think when customers want to buy a car, they're pretty keen and they want to move fast. We have instant chat. We also have Auto Trader will respond to people out of office hours, send us a link of the transcript of the conversation they've had, so we can then follow it up in the morning. I do have my phone on me at 11 o'clock at night, and they're very surprised when they get an answer saying, okay, do you want to come in another driving list? So, it's 24 hours, but people do a lot of research. As I've always said to myself, when someone's coming in to see a car, they want to buy it. And the only reason they don't buy it is because we haven't done something right, or we can't agree a price on their part exchange because they're not coming to see a car they don't want to buy. So Auto Trader stats show that when I first started in the industry 40 years ago, on a Saturday morning, people would drive around Northampton. They'd go to W. Gross, Henley's, Alexander's, Airflow, which drive around all the forecourts and look at the cars. Everyone went round to look at the cars, and you either let them walk or you tried to stop them going to the next garage. And so the average visit before someone bought a car back in the early 2000s or so was probably 3.1 visits per purchase.
Yeah.
I think the latest stats I've had from Auto Trader show the average visit to purchase a car is 0.9.
Is it?
So you get one chance.
Yeah.
Because they've come to buy that car. So if you've taken good photos of it, you've described it properly, it is what you say it is.
Yeah.
Which is obviously very important because we have people coming from all over the country. We often walk around videos to people that are coming from a distance, and we will go around the car and point out every stone chip and scratch with our fingers so that when the customer turns up, they actually know what they're getting rather than being disappointed when they turn up.
Yeah,
do it right.
You got to do it right. So insightful, Adam. So I want to just thank you for attending and sharing everything about your business, and wish you really well. And on one last point, I'd like you to give kind of a closing, if you like, a closing feeling to people that will be watching, promote your business and explain how they can contact you, where they can find you, and your opening hours, and just things like.
We're open 6 days a week, 8:30 till 6 in the week and 8:30 till 5 on a Saturday. We're at Earls Barton, Northampton, on the crossroads, very easy to find. Or we're on the A5 down at Paulsbury, which is between Toaster and Stony Stratford, again very easy to find. We've got on average 150 used cars in stock. We've got 8 workshop bays, so we can service anything, we can fix anything, we can sell anything. We look forward to being of service, maybe not for the next 25 years because I don't think I'll be around, but certainly into the foreseeable future. We enjoy our customers, and what we like is sitting there having a chat, having a laugh. And if you buy a car or having a car repaired here, then that's an absolute bonus. But you can come in, have a cup of coffee and just chew the fat and come and say hello, because we're here all day anyway, and we like talking to people. So it's a nice place to come.
It is brilliant. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.